It's very common for everyone to think that the inside of their houses is the safest place in the universe. But this might be the most common cognitive mistake that people make. It doesn't matter how safe your neighborhood is, there's always a chance that a burglar will enter your home at any time. On top of that, there seems to be a new trend among criminals that's making its way into communities, and that could quickly happen to you. One woman made several Facebook posts telling her story and warning other people to be on the lookout for this new and horrible practice. The idea of someone breaking into your house isn't new, and many criminals have come up with new and ingenious ways to rob and scam people, almost in a monthly manner. But at the same time, it's always useful to know about them and also be aware of how to prevent them. This is precisely what Kim Fleming Cernigliaro did when she went to Facebook to tell her story, and there's no surprise in the fact that it became instantly viral. She found herself in a situation that could have turned into a disastrous burglary. She was so shaken that she felt the need to tell everyone about what happened, so neighbors and family would be on the lookout for the same indications that she noticed that day. She started saying that 2 weeks from when the post was made, she heard a hard knock on her front door. She continued by saying that she doesn't answer the door when she's alone in the house, and she waited for the knocking to stop before checking out who it was. When she went and looked at her door, she noticed something quite odd in her door handle. What she saw was a regular rubber band, the kind you could get any day at any office supply store, and it was neatly wrapped around the handle. Although it may seem like she was just paranoid, the event left Kim thinking. She decided to contact a local sheriff, and not to her surprise, he told her that it wasn't the first time he'd heard of such a situation. Also, he said that the meaning behind it was not harmless at all. The idea is to jump on the homeowner at the moment they unlatch the door. Maybe you think that this situation couldn't happen to you and that your neighborhood's just too safe. But the truth is that no one has a free pass when it comes to criminal activities, and there's a lot of things you can do to keep your home safe. So what about these ways to prevent? Well, you can start by removing any litter from outside your house. The idea of having a litter-free front yard is excellent for looks alone, but there's another reason why you should do it. The main idea is that homes that have a lot of garbage or litter around them give the impression that they're not guarded or that you're not there every day. This makes it easier for criminals to get away with robbing you. Some of the most experienced burglars use the litter and garbage to send secret messages to other burglars about how many people live inside the house and the hours that they're not around. Don't leave any instruments for them to create the perfect robbery. There's another tip you can use, and you may like it. You can spare some time at the same time that you keep your home safe by just not making your bed before you leave your home. Yes, this might sound a little sloppy and go against all the things that your mother spent years teaching you, but at the same time, some burglars check out the bed at first to see if it's made, and if not, then they have the idea that someone's still inside the house. If you want a change that's a little more permanent and effective, you can always buy a professional home security system. Yes, systems can turn out to be costly, but look at it as an investment in your home safety. If you don't have the money to buy the system, you can always buy only the sign that tells people that your home is protected and monitored, even if it's not true. This will make the criminal think twice before entering your home. This isn't a bulletproof tip, but at the same time, it can be enough to scare most wrongdoers away from trying any funny business in your home. You need to outsmart them in any way you can, and it's worth it. There are different types of systems that you can use in your home. For example, you can invest in some motion-sensitive lights. This helps because they count on the stress that criminals feel when trying to get into a home. If a light suddenly turns on without any notice, there's a big chance that they'll turn away. This may seem obvious, but another thing that you can do is hide all of your valuables well, maybe in a sock drawer or a lockbox. This is the obvious choice, and you can step it up with sneakier places and not let anyone know. Try to think about 2 or 3 areas that you would use and spread the valuables between them all. Try to think about places that would not be literal for criminals inside your home. For example, the idea of hiding your jewelry in your kid's room may seem like a crazy one, but at the same time, burglars wouldn't think to look in there for valuables. Get it? Last but not least, burglars could be very violent and even knock your door down. That's why you need to reinforce it and make sure that it's sturdy enough to put up a good fight. The method that the burglars did with the rubber band on Kim's home is not a regular one, and although you had all the precautions that we talked about in this article, you need to be on the lookout for this new trend. There's still a lot of dispute about the real reason of the rubber band, so what do you think about it? We think it could be a way of letting other people know that no one answered the door.